Hello, one and all. Beginning a vlog adventure day today, going through the wee town of Bramcote. I thought I'd take a trip out even though it began sunny today. As you can see now, it is not. It is gloomy, as is the life of vlogging. You set out to do something, it becomes crappy weather, but that will not stop me. Going today to view the Hemlock stone. It is rather windy, hence why I've cut through this bit of a foresty area on the way. But yeah, just thought I'd go to one of the oldest stony areas in Nottingham, since Nottingham is known for its caves and its type of stone. This is a red sandstone type of rock with many stories of history. So once we get there, I will unveil these stories and the many ideas of how it got there, really. Kind of like with Stonehenge, how people think it's stones, it's huge, how is it there? We'll see more once we get there. Lumpy. We will now come upon the mighty Hemlock stone. Here it is, upon the hill. Let's go take a closer look up the side. Welcome to the Hemlock stone! Alrighty, since I made that giant hill just there, it's not very giant really, but I got worn out. It's windy, yeah, the wind made it tough, yeah. Anyway, it's a lot less windy up here, so I can actually tell you the history. It's actually believed to be a sacred site around this area, since the direction of Stapleford Hill there is a healing well. It was actually marked on maps as a healing well, so it's believed to be frequented by druids in the 19th century. Locals believe that it was thrown here by a giant, so quite far you would possibly see the giant during those times. Stapleford Hill. Not to mention, some people think it's a meteorite, which, as you can see, embedded into the stone there, that's probably not a likely story. Other people also speculate that the depth of the stone, how high it up it actually is, used to be the height of the stone around this area. So if you imagine, as time has gone on, all those layers, it's eroded away by wind, water. If there's been an ice age, the ice has melted, stone's been swept away. So that's quite a likely story, I think. In regards to the name, Hemlock stone, there's a few speculation about this also. The first being that it was, excuse pronunciation, that it was once known as the Crumlock stone, which is Welsh. I have this written down, as I wouldn't remember this, which actually translates as bent flat stone. I think that's quite right, don't you? It's very bent and flat. This area was also settled by the Danes back in the day, and they used to call it the Hemlock stone, which means to cover. So as I come underneath it here, you can see it does cover me rather well. So perhaps used for shelter, who knows? But the different colour at the top where it's darkened, as you can see, some people do believe as well that during times such as Beltane and May Day, as it is also called, that people such as the pagans and witches would light fires upon the top. So it's quite a steep climb. I don't know how they would do that these days. It's very worn away along the bottom, but it's a very interesting way of putting it. I'll come down the hill a little bit and not fall. There we go, see a bit better there. So the Hemlock stone, everybody, and its surrounding areas, a bit of history for you there, in case you did not know. The mini Stonehenge. And whilst we're here, may as well take you to the highest point. Just, you know, wear me out a little bit more. It is a beautiful view from the top, and it's worth it. There we go. Marker at the top. As you can see, all the way around. Since I've crossed over into the woods on the other side, just thought I'd show a little bit of history also on this side. Back in the 1800s, 17th century, sorry, they used to have ice houses, whether or not you are familiar with an ice house. Basically, if there was a frozen pond or whatever around, they'll break up the ice and store it for the summer. So we have an ice house here, which would have a timber door on it to stop it melting. There we go, they'd store it in the bottom. The more you know, eh? They didn't have ice cube trays back in those days. And as I now venture towards the outside of the Bramcote Park, a little closer to the noisy road, apologies for that, I guess that concludes. It's getting extremely dull now, so I'd imagine rain will be upon me soon. So that's going to wrap it up for this little historical visit to the Hemlock Stone. And just a little note, if you wish to travel here, it's extremely easy by bus and then a little bit of walking. You would take the bus from the centre of Nottingham, Broadmarsh bus station, the I4, and take it to the Sherwin Arms, which is just a little around the corner. You continue down Ilkeston Road, and it's right there in front of you. Bramcote Park's on the other side of the road. That's a huge open space as well. So, from me, on this starting to get scary in the woods, gloomy time, it is goodbye, and until my next adventure, toodle pip everybody!